Hey, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to jump in this afternoon. I'm headed toward picking up my kids. Just ended up with one of my one-on-one clients before I left to get my kids. And one of the things I work with them most on is this idea of hardwiring your success, hardwiring your productivity, hardwiring your mindset, your goal setting, all around the way your brain is wired. And so much of the way we have learned how to go about our day-to-day success is really doesn't work with the way our brains are wired. And so I really like helping people start to understand how their brains are wired and hardwire their success. We don't know each other, my name is Dr. Shannon Irvin. I am an entrepreneur, high achievement mentor, and I help entrepreneurs build an epic life and business that they love by hardwiring their success. So the question I want to ask you today, which is the question I asked my client, is do you realize that you have hardwired something? Because I think one of the biggest things that we can acknowledge is that we have unknowingly, because we don't know that that's happening. But as we are thinking and as we are going about our day and as we are making decisions, we if we do it unconsciously, we are hardwiring that to be a response pattern. And what I mean by that is this: our brains are amazing systems. The design on our brains, it's meant for maximum efficiency. And so your brains will make automatic the thing that you repeat the most. So a lot of times you hear out there, like in like kind of the woo-woo kind of way, like, oh, just think it and it will be, or believe it and it will come to action. And there's truth in that. And the truth in that is that what you feed into your brain, what you repeatedly tell yourself through your conscious and your subconscious, is the direction in which your brain will then automate and look for and then materialize for you. Because your brain will then help your emotions respond to that. Your emotions will take action, because we tend to be governed by our feelings, not necessarily our thought patterns or processes. And then there we go. And, great proof of this is in the automation of our brains is when we buy a new car, right? We buy a new car and we're super excited about it. And when we were going to the dealer to buy the car, no one else had the car. But the second you drive off the lot, like, everybody has that car in that color. They're everywhere. And did that just happen automatically? No, it is our brain's amazing ability to attend to the thing that we're asking it to attend to. And so in our minds, we said, oh, I have this thing and it's neat. And your brain is now, okay, where is that thing? And it is selecting out the other things and allowing you to focus in on those things. And well, if you feed your mind self-sabotaging, success-sabotaging thoughts, your brain will look for evidence to make that come to pass. So my question is what do you want to hardwire? Like, what do you want to get to a place in your brain that's as automatic as brushing your teeth? What is that for you? A lot of us, it's, we have goals and we're goal driven and we're entrepreneurs and we want to get things done and we shoot for big goals, right? But we then write the goals down and then somehow think it can just come to pass. Now your brain will start working on it like we talked about, but unless you feed it the actionable steps that it needs toward that goal, then it's going to be a tough road. So just wanting to jump on and give you a tip on how to begin that automation process, that hardwiring process. So I want you to think about one thing that you really want to have happen in your life that is something that could be done in the next week. And then once you've got that in your mind, I want you to take that thing and break it down into maybe the 5 steps that would need to happen in order for that to happen in a week. So you're taking that thing that you desire that should be able to be accomplished in a week, and you're breaking it down into 5 steps. And then you're going to take that and break it down per day. So you're going to do one of those steps each day. And all you're going to attend to is that step for that day. And given that you know that these are stepping stones to that week goal, then you know that you can help your brain automate that process. So when you're starting your day, on the first day you've broken this down, you know that your action is for day 1's action, but you're going to go through and say, okay, today I'm going to do this, tomorrow this, the day after this, and you're reading it out loud to yourself, setting your mind up for that wiring. And then you go about doing the one thing that you need to do. And then you celebrate that success, which sends off a great amount of brain chemicals telling your brain that you were successful, that this is doable. I should look for more things like she's feeding me to help this along. And then day 2, you're like, okay, I've done this. Now I just need to do this today and this tomorrow and this the day after. And so you're continually feeding that neural network, that path that you want to create in that way. And then somewhere, usually about day 2, day 3, you start coming up against some barriers, some things that are going to try to get in the way. And that's when you start putting that hardwiring to the test. This is when the emotions of what has been normal for you in that time is going to take over. And so that's when the laser focused redirection of, no, I'm not going to feel, even though I feel this is the statement I teach my clients, even though I feel this, I committed to doing this, and therefore I will, because I will stay in integrity. Even though I feel this, even though I want to do this because I feel this, I am going to do this because I committed to it and I want to stay in integrity. Even, and a great example that I use a lot is with health and wellness, because we can all identify with it. I've committed to 5 days eating breakfast every day, right? That to help kickstart my metabolism. So on day 1, I'm good. On day 2, I'm good. On day 3, something's happened and it's really hectic, and my neural pathway is telling me, just skip breakfast. You know you can do that. And that's when you say, even though I feel like skipping breakfast, even though everything around me is like pushing me in the easiest way out right now is to just skip breakfast, I committed to having breakfast every day, and I am going to do it because I want to live in integrity to my commitments. And as you're walking toward, it's that action that slays distraction. And you've got to really know that when you start pushing into these kind of things, you're going to get that pushback. You're going to get emotional pushback. And that's just our ego trying to get us in a place of safety. And that is the death of most goals and dreams in the world. So even though I feel this, even though I want to do this, and I feel like I want to do this, I'm going to do what I committed to because I committed to it and I want to stay in integrity. And you'll find by day 5, that week-long goal has been accomplished. And then you do a bigger celebration of that goal because it deserves a bigger celebration, and you get more brain chemicals going your way. And then you start on the next one. So I hope this starts to show you how, instead of just writing it down and trying to figure out the steps to do it as you are moving, it's really breaking down the exact things, what you need to do. Give your brain something to work on, and then give yourself the ability to combat your ego and combat the neural networks that are already present that will push back on you when you're about midway through the goal or at any point in the process. And it will really help you start chunking down those big goals, and that aligns with how our brains are wired in these small packets that we can really then build upon. And you really can start to hardwire your ability to accomplish the goals that you want most in this world. I hope this video has helped. I appreciate you. I love being able to serve you in this way, and I just really encourage you to pick something and go for it in this manner, and I would love to hear how it goes.